Evolution, of course, is the theory developed by Charles Darwin. Now, here's a couple of definitions, one from the text and one from me. They're basically saying the same thing, just this is my language, this is text language. So, gradual change in the structure and physiology of plant and animal species, generally producing more complex organisms as a result of natural selection. Now, what I say, this is the notion that living organisms change in a non random way. And through these changes, new and different species and subspecies emerge. Evolution, I think, is actually one of the simplest ideas that we'll cover. It's one of the simplest ideas in science. It's a theory about change. And it goes something like this: just like the physical world around us changes through millennia, even in just a short number of years, we can see significant change in the physical world. Mountain ranges, forests, uh, the shoreline, ice caps, ice sheets, all the physical world. I don't think anyone would argue the physical world doesn't change. What evolution is saying is that just like the physical world, the living organisms on this world change. See, right there, we have a problem with the dominant religious theories because there's no room for such change in any of the doctrines of religion. But if we use science, if we study the fossil record, if we look around and if we investigate, we see signs of evolution everywhere. Now, I said these changes are non random because it is possible that species change randomly, but it does not seem to be the case. So, if they're not changing randomly, what is governing the change? And the idea is natural selection. And the idea is survival of the fittest. The fittest for a particular context. Those individuals of a species and those species of an ecosystem that are best fit to thrive in that context will thrive, and the rest will falter and die. Now, this is mostly a joke, but and of course I'm not trying to equate my little old self with mighty Charles Darwin, but I just want to add a little piece that survival is critical, of course, but it's equally critical that you mate. If you simply survive and you do not mate, oh, the gains from your survival are significantly limited. Generally speaking, if you really want to be in the evolution game, you need to be creating offspring to pass on your uh, genotype, your particular traits that have led to your survival. Now, there are tangential ways in which you can promote your genes without mating. Example I like to give is if you choose not to have children, but your brother or sister does, if you care for those kids, if you teach them things, if you buy them food, if you help protect them if need be, then you're sort of, in a way, promoting your genes because your siblings' children are, of course, going to be roughly 25% matched to you. Yeah, I know it's not that simple, but let's just keep it that way. But for the most part, you want to be in the mating game. I put this slide up here because sometimes when you see such a range of brains, yet do you see what I see? Remarkable similarity. What you're seeing is the same essential organ that is modified and suited to the lifestyle of these creatures. See, evolution, it's a mad scientist. It keeps modifying and changing and tweaking and tweaking and developing. Now, how does evolution work? What propels it forward? And that's what we'll get into in the next video.